Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris. It's post C10 Nationals. You may or may not be able to tell. C10 CJ is up on jack stands. Just doing a little bit of work on the truck. I had some issues that I'll show you about here in a second. Nothing major. I'd say that it's kind of something that I had in the back of my mind was possible. Just to give you what it is. I had some rubbing on the inner fenders on very hard turns, so turning mostly almost to the lock on either side, left or right, doesn't matter, and going into a corner hard. So when I'm getting a good amount of roll in the truck, I'm getting some compression in the suspension. I'm getting really close to compressed on the shock. I wind up basically contacting the front edge of that tire against that inner fender well and rubbing, and it just makes a nasty sound when you're on the tracks. Nothing big. It put a little tiny groove in my tire that you'll see in a little bit, but otherwise, you know, the truck did really well. I did find the limit of the tires, as I'll talk about. So I was a little bit behind some of the competition. The guys like Slick 68, he's got a really nice looking truck. Basically it's a stepper just like this, 68 instead of 71, set up to run autocross as well. So basically, I mean, his truck and my truck, other than the brand suspension we chose, are very similar. Same style engine, LS, all forged bottom end, both auto, you know, running autos, 700R4s, which is kind of random. So yeah, great time though. It's a great show. It's growing well. We had a really good turnout race-wise. A lot of trucks came down and raced. That's a good thing. So, and then of course they added a few events from last year that they didn't have that they had this year that they didn't have last year. So they added the drag racing, well, which was cool. It kind of got delayed because of some weather, and it may have pushed some trucks that were gonna run to not run, but that's all right. You know, a lot of times with the first time around, there are some bugs to work out and stuff like that. The other event they added was the dyno competition. That was pretty cool. My slacker butt, I didn't actually go watch any of that because I completely forgot about it. But that's still in addition to the burnout contest where they gave away $1,000 and also the autocross. So, and of course, all the awesome trucks at the show and shine. So, can't beat that. They had well over 1,000 trucks this year, and spectator attendance was, I think they said the numbers were around 7,000 or higher on Saturday. So, really good turnout. You know, stuff on Friday because a lot of guys got to work, so it's hard to get off work to do that if you're just going to be a spectator and go. But Saturday had really great attendance, so that's good. It's good for the show. It helps the show grow. You know, make sure that they can book the venue again next year, and so yeah. Plus they had some celebrities there too, but I didn't even get to see any of those guys either because I was too busy yakking my mouth or running the truck. So anyway, so let's get into what's going on with the truck just real quick. You know, show you guys. I don't want to make this video too long, just kind of an update since I haven't done anything in a while. I am still working on a few things. I do have some footage from the C10 Nationals to put together. It's not a whole lot. It's only like 60 clips or something like that, so hopefully I can get that condensed down. And then I do have a bunch of footage from the seat install when I installed these Brougham seats into this truck. Since that was a complete one-off custom job to do, I recorded it. And so trying to get that one put together. And when I condensed down the film, it wound up being like 40 minutes long. And I know that 40 minutes is way too long for a YouTube video, especially an instructional video. So I've got to figure out where I can slice and dice that thing some more and shrink it down to, ideally those types of tutorial videos want to be about 20 minutes. Love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. If you know, if longer than 20 minutes is all right, but what I've found is that 20 minutes is even about as long as I want to even listen to a video, just personally. So I try to not go too much longer than that. I know I've had one go longer than that, but that's kind of the mark that I use, is just that's about how much time I'm willing to spend on watching a tutorial type video. So anyway, with that, yeah, let's go take a look at what the heck is going on with those inner fenders. Yeah, you see the new artwork in there? Yeah, that stuff. Oh boy. The joys of pushing the truck hard and finding the new limits. Yeah, so this one happened at C10 Nationals. My driving ability has gotten improved, so I was actually pushing the truck harder than I ever have before. So actually I was hitting the limit of my tires. More on that later. But bigger problem is I was catching the inner fender here on hard turns. And so in autocross, it's pretty common to have tight turns like that, where you're pretty far over on the wheel. And so, yeah, I had a couple instances. There's a combination of things. It's turning, it's braking too hard too late in the corner can do that, and just plain really pushing it hard in a corner can also do that. And I had a combination of both of those. So it's good to find it though. I mean, I think there's some things I can do. I did a clearance check. I've actually got some old rubs from before I even did this build. These were from years and years ago. You can tell that they're old because there's dirt over the rub, whereas this, there's no dirt on there. So definitely got to do something about that. I did do the checks where, I've got the spring out. So I had the wheel on here and I was pushing this thing all up and down. Alright, gonna see if I can show you guys this. But this is how hard I was rubbing the tire. This is how you can tell that pushing the tire pretty hard. Some guys will argue could have used a little more camber. I had a pretty good amount of negative camber in there, so this is just really pushing the tire hard. You can see the wrinkling, the scabbing that's occurred on the tire here. This was not there pre-event, so this is definitely from the event. These tires actually took a pretty good beating. Even this rib right here. Sorry about the funky colors. I got a couple of different lights going on here. These ribs took a beating as well, and you can even see some of the scabbing on this rib right here. So this is why I say that it's not necessarily camber, it's just I was pushing this tire really hard. This entire, basically from a little bit left of center all the way over, this entire surface is scabbed over. And then even on the inside of the tire, this was run really hard. Here's the two tires together. They've both got signs of just, these aren't scabbed. This is where it was rubbing. Unfortunately, this groove right here is the screw head that you guys saw on that inner fender. But so both of these guys were getting hit pretty hard, even on the inside of the tire. But definitely on the outside of the tire, this whole area is scabbed over. So these guys definitely found the limit. They're a good tire overall. These are the Nitto 555, the G2s. The fact that they're hanging in there with a rival, about a second and a half behind guys running rivals, is a pretty good testament to their ability. These are not in the same class as a rival. These are more of a street performance tire, whereas the rival is more of a competition tire. Rival's a 200 tread wear. These are a 320, so these take forever to get up to heat, which is part of the challenge in an autocross. But the biggest problem that these tires have is that I just don't have the straight line acceleration, even with these 295s in the back. They're even aired down to 23 PSI. I still lose traction way too easy with these tires. So that's easily costing me some time, just because I'm not able to get on the throttle as hard as the other guys are coming out of corners. So, but such is life. You learn things, you make changes, you make improvements. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And just to close it out, Here's Rob with a little bit of Hellboy action around the track, and I got to get back to working on the truck and some more videos for you guys. See ya!